Hey everyone, welcome back. It's time for the latest GoSkills Challenge solution. How did you do? Well, we're about to find out. Our Excel expert Claudia Buckley has her solution to share. Give it a look and see if yours matches up.
So what did you think about our Excel filter challenge? A little more than meets the eye, right? We can't use basic drop-down filters for OR logic. Basic filters can only filter using a single criterion, and it will hide all the other rows, which potentially have records that satisfy any other criteria we might want. So we needed something more advanced filters. Now we want to preserve this original list, so we'll place our new filtered list somewhere else on this same sheet. I'm going to copy the headings so that I can use them to specify the criteria. Now we want to filter on the subscription level and on the email address. If we wanted records that satisfied both criteria, then we'd put them in the same row. But since this time we're looking for an either-or situation, we don't put them in the same row. So we want to type the word basic here. And for email, we need to go to the next row and type asterisk, that's the wildcard, Yahoo asterisk. Remember, the asterisk wildcard represents any number of characters if they exist. So whatever the username is that'll appear before Yahoo, we can use an asterisk for that. And we also need one to take care of .com, .ca, or any other domain. So we have Yahoo asterisk Yahoo. And now to apply these filter conditions, we go to the Data tab and click the Advanced Filter icon. We are copying to another location, so we select this radio button, and for list range, select the entire data set, which Excel automatically selected, and we need to include the column headers just as we have here. Now we select the criteria range, and for that we also need the headers. Let's go all the way here just in case we ever change our criteria. And where do we want this copied to? Let's place it here, and then we click OK. Let's make this unique records. And that's all there is to it. Let's expand these columns so we can see all our data. And every record that's filtered here has either a basic level subscription or a Yahoo email address. Now it's a lot of records, so if you do want to double check that everything here fits either one or both conditions, we can use a simple OR formula. We can type equals OR, and we want to know, is this the basic level? So we can type equals basic. And the second condition, does the email address contain Yahoo? For contain, we're using greater than or equal to, and we just type asterisk, Yahoo asterisk, within double quotes, and we want to see true for all these rows. We double click, and they're all true. So we're pretty happy that using advanced filters work. Now, if this is a one-time task, this method works great. But if we wanted to send out an email, say, every month, wouldn't it be better if this list updated itself? Unfortunately, advanced filters aren't dynamic, so we'd have to rerun this process every time the list changes. It might not be that big of a deal since the process is relatively simple, but some people like to set it and forget it, so if you're like that, you might have preferred to use the filter function. The filter function is available in Excel 365 and even Excel Online. You can filter on multiple criteria using AND logic, but more importantly, also using either-or logic, which is really useful. What it doesn't do is it doesn't work with wildcards, so we'll need a hack to identify email addresses with the word Yahoo appearing in that email address. In our recommended video, we got a list of functions which we can use with wildcards. So we need to find a way to work this into our formula, and the search function is one of them. So let's start here. Let's do a search, and the text we're looking for is Yahoo. and we want to get that wildcard in. So we place that within double quotes. And of course, we're looking for it within this cell reference. Now, since we want this for the entire column, we can remove the implicit intersection operator, close parentheses here, and every row that contains a 1 is saying, yes, this is a Yahoo email address. So we just really want to see true or false. In order to get that, we can wrap the isNumber function around our search. So is it a number, true or false? So for all these values that say true, these are potential records that we want to display. Now we need to apply the filter function so that it only displays the records which return a true value. So let's get in front of our formula, type filter, and here are the arguments needed. We need the array, which is going to be our table. Our table name is subs, so let's just type subs, and that's the first argument. And what do we want to include? We want to include records where this is true. So wherever the search for Yahoo results in a true, we want to include those records. But remember, we also wanted subscribers with basic accounts. So we need to add another condition in our include argument. So we type plus, open parenthesis, here's the other condition. We're checking for records where within the table subs, the level column is equal to basic. And we close parenthesis here. So this is the end of our include argument. We have two conditions that we're including, one for the email address and the other for the basic level. Now, if you think there's a chance there'll be no records that meet your criteria, then you might want to add that if empty argument, but I was pretty sure that we'd get some records, so I left that optional argument out. And we need to close parenthesis here. Enter. And now we have some records showing up. Let's see if these are the records that we want. Let me just copy the headings here. Let's use our OR formula to check whether all the records are the ones we want. Is the email address greater than or equal to Yahoo with our wildcard? Double click to copy, and they're all true. Did you use any of these worksheet functionalities? If you have another method you'd like to share, we'd be so happy to hear about it on our Slack channel. Click the link in the description to join.
So there it is. Did you get the same results? Did you use the same approach? Or did you try something different? We'd like to know. Share your take on the challenge in the comments below or join us for more discussion in our Slack channel. Link in the description. Thanks for participating, and make sure to subscribe to this channel to get an alert when the next challenge is released. We'll see you then.